What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Orb on the Movements of the Earth, this time with episode 18. Looking forward to this one. A bit of a crazy episode last time out, learning quite a bit more about Draka. She only had, I guess at this point, one family member left after hearing about her dad's death, with him trying to provide for the village, not village, but the settlement. I'm not really sure what to call it, to be honest with you, the tribe. Again, I don't really know. But yeah, he died trying to make money for that, and unfortunately we did see at the end the only relative she did have ended up selling her off for his own freedom. Not even selling her off, giving her away for his freedom. But fair play to the guy. He did kind of tell us he would do that during the episode, but really doesn't excuse it. I don't know if it's just me, but I see it as awfully egregious, someone that old giving up a kid like that. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Of course, we did see Draka also come upon Okshi's diary at the end of the episode as well, didn't we? So hopefully she can keep a hold of that. Also, surely just going off last episode, the episode before last episode, surely the Heretic Liberation Front are going to have something to do with this whole situation, aren't they? Yeah. Fuck you. We ain't gonna listen to you. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? This is going somewhere I didn't expect it to. Very bright woman, isn't she? Or girl. Got a better understanding of yeah, she's got a better understanding of the world than all these adults. And yeah, like I said, this has gone somewhere I did not expect. I was thinking again maybe like she'd be a slave or something like that, but she's actually she's gonna be like an advisor, actually, of sorts. Or something of the like. It doesn't. Oh well, I called it. I didn't expect it to happen this quickly, but yeah, there was always going to be an intersection, wasn't there? Don't know why they wouldn't have shown what happened in episode 16 if there wasn't going to be. So common sense, I guess. But yeah, like I said, she's got a very, very good understanding of business and economy, hasn't she? Maybe it's prejudice to actually say that's surprising. Who knows? But even like I said, I feel like that was going to go somewhere that I would like. Obviously, that guy's probably dead now. I think you might be able to survive that. Probably not in these times. But that's a lot of blood lost. Probably, yeah. This guy's almost definitely dead during this time period. It's quite amazing we got to a point where you probably quite likely to survive that nowadays. Well, much more likely. It's absolutely criminal that I still haven't heard the full version of this song. It's criminal. Has it been released? I think I might have heard it been released on Spotify, but I don't use Spotify, so I don't know. To say it kind of deserves it, honestly. Lewandowski. Oh, these guys have got some good. They've got some good pronunciation on these names, haven't they? Exactly. Exactly. Fucking audacity. So ironic, isn't it? Maybe if he didn't do that, this might have ended differently. Maybe he would have been. Yeah, it would have. He would have been the one being saved by these guys. It would only be him here, and he would be the only one being saved. But this one, that's the thing with like fate, isn't it? Would this have ever happened if it was only him and he didn't give up this girl? Probably not. We won't ever know. You'll never know. Stand to make a lot of money off that book. Well, it does now. This is it, isn't it? This is the moment where she actually gets to route her life, if that makes sense. Root her life. Not sure which way you'd say that, but forge her own path, if you know what I'm saying. Shit. good. That was a risk, to be honest, wasn't it? That was a big risk. I mean, it was pretty genius, but yeah, the massive flaw to that would have been if any of these guys did remember a lot of this, then that would have been all for nothing. Ah, yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is. There's still half of it there. I feel like you could probably do a decent job trying to fit half. Yeah, if you know what I'm saying, like filling in half of it. Does it even deserve that? I don't personally think so. Didn't even look back. Okay, maybe it just stands out to me because, like I said, as a 20 year old, like 20 going on 30, like like, I'd, I'd like to, again, I'd like to say I'd give my life for someone who's like 15 or 10 or something, like a young child who's got their whole life ahead of them. I think that's just, if there was a, if it's like the train cart problem where if I moved it to me and I'd die instead, like I'd like to think I would do that. So at that age, I'd especially hope I'd do that. That's not even, sorry to pause. I don't want to miss any dialogue. Sorry to pause, but even on that point of like the trolley cart where you like where you change the destination of who the train's hitting, even on that point, it's not even the same. It's not even the case where I'd pull it to save a kid and sacrifice myself. For him, it's actually like he actually pulled it to run the kid over and save himself. Like he didn't have to do nothing and not get involved. He actively changed the situation to where um she would be the one and being a slave or dying or whatever they would have done for her again. It seemed like she was going to be like some kind of like slave advisor or something like that. She was way too smart just to, like, yeah, to not have a kind of big influence in that regard. But yeah, it's just, I just feel like he's an awful guy. He didn't even deserve a goodbye, to be honest. Do you think he's long-winded? I think he's the opposite, honestly. I think he's quite to the point. This guy. Yeah, we get along quite well. But that's not true. That's the one kind of a little too far. Just straight up atheist, I think. But that is exactly what she said. Yeah. Oh god. Well, it was going way too well. That was it's so much in common except for that little distinction. I can totally understand both points again. I'm more aligned with her point, but yeah. Yeah, is long-winded the right word for that? Again, I think he's quite matter-of-fact, to the point. Like, long-winded means to go on about something way too long, right? I think like the way he even said he was mad there was like it was just straight to the point. I feel mad right now. uh, is that like what they're meant to be saying? I feel like maybe that might be a mistranslation or something, but I don't know. Maybe it's me being wrong with the definitions. So I can understand that. So sorry to pause again, but this guy's totally looking at it as it's from the perspective of, obviously, again, from my point of view as an atheist, it's like I'm not great at science or anything, but we kind of come to understand how the universes and the worlds were kind of created and such, and how we are here today, and there's scientific explanations for all that, and we want to understand why and how it all happened. Whereas he is very much in the firm belief of it was all created by God, it is all a miracle. Us trying to understand that, like, it's pointless, because you can never understand such a kind of work of magic, and to even try and understand that is kind of an insult to the work that was done. And I can understand that kind of perspective, because again, if he wasn't like interested in the science and such, and maybe one point in my past I did think like that, like, oh, it's magic how all this stuff was just like created and here before, like the dinosaurs, and how humans are today. But again, we now know the kind of evolution and so on, and the scientific process behind it. But you can understand how people would think that's like magic, and it's disrespectful to even try and explain it in a way that isn't kind of fantastical, if that makes sense. So I can get behind. I mean, I'm very much more in line with his views than, as he says, the Orthodoxy Church, for sure. But there's still, again, like, it's interesting that they relate so much. We see it with these two characters here, don't we? They relate so much, yet there's that like little distinction he has that actually creates a massive kind of rift between them, even still. But I do totally agree on the point of him about like the people that work in the church and such, and their logic and so on. It's, yeah, feels strange in such a kind of mysterious and magical kind of religion and thought process, doesn't it? They both make good points. Again, I'm much more on her side of things, but yeah, I feel like we're never going to agree at this point. But yeah, yeah, I agree. You gotta flip a coin on it. Okay, bro. Again, in her logic, this is stupid. In his, this is fate, and yeah, well, God's decided, isn't it? So it's quite a genius way of like showing a bit more of their kind of beliefs, isn't it? In fact, he'd do that. Unlike in their relationship, though, like I said, some interesting kind of specific beliefs that they're just totally opposed about. Yeah, they probably would get on really well if no one ever mentioned anything to do with stuff like that. I think we see this seed in the opening, don't we? The vitamins. That's a shame, isn't it? How her kind of past with her father has influenced that specifically. Like, you're not missing out too much, don't get me wrong, but it's always nice to enjoy a beautiful kind of natural thing like that, I think. It does feel quite majestic and godly, I guess, even as again as an atheist. I think it's just that amazing. Movable type. Kapanisatsu. It'll be like a stamp. That was a long process there, doesn't it? Like initially setting that up, but then you can just bang out loads of the same text, to be fair. Maybe the first kind of primitive form of printing. I said the first again. I'm really not too great at like my history and stuff, so there's probably like printing to some degree much earlier on than this in history, but yeah. Just because when I think of printing, I usually think of like the popular printing of like newspapers and such we see today. I'm not sure when newspapers became a thing. I imagine maybe like the 1800s, but again, I don't really know. Apologies. Not people we're liberated now. It's information. And he's totally right. That is what the church likes to do, isn't it? Hide information. Store away. Lease it. We're going to liberate words, information, facts. Okay, sounds promising. Sounds promising. Not the monolithic type. Not what you usually expect to hear about people like this, is it? Religious people. Oh shit. This Yolenta. Oh shit. Well, I didn't see that coming. Yolenta is the head of. I guess that. Yeah, maybe looking back, maybe I should have had at least a little like inkling that she could be the leader of this. I don't know. We never saw anything from her after she was released, so yeah. I don't know. I feel like when a character leaves the show, they're like gone for good. If you know what I'm saying, like their ideologies and such obviously always live on in their work. But with Yolenta, just like with Oxy and Bedania, it's just like, I mean, they obviously died, but she kind of felt, it almost kind of felt like she died, even though she obviously didn't. I don't know. I just would have thought it would have been really hard for her to survive in the manner that she kind of left things. If you know what I'm saying, for a woman in this time period and so on. I did leave the name of this song if you guys wanted to look it up in the comment section of my video last week. I think it's called Snake by Enbuna, Yorishika, whatever their name is. I don't know. I feel like Japanese bands have a few names. But yeah, Snake by Yorishika. And the full version is absolutely phenomenal. Again, it's just a damn shame the opening's still out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Another really good episode. Again, I love the battle of is a word for ideology? I don't really know. The battle of these guys' kind of opinions on God and such. I thought it was really well done, especially again in the kind of game of luck or fate with the coin here, as well as the talk with the. I shouldn't scrub through it like that. It makes my video lag, so apologies. But the talk about the sunrise as well. I just thought that really emphasised the points they were going on about really well in this episode here. And again, I can kind of understand and even relate to both points. Again, I probably was a bit more on I can't remember his name, so apologies, but the mustache guy's side, probably quite a bit early on in my life. Again, I did used to go to like a Christian school. I wouldn't ever say I was kind of fully religious, but I did used to have to like sung hymns for I think like 4 years there, and then I was on projector duty, so I didn't have to, which was I thought phenomenal. But I went to church maybe like 2 or 3 times in my life. But again, I can't say I was like Christian or anything. But yeah, I probably again would have aligned myself more with him earlier on in life, and I still do in some things. Like I said, like when you do see like the sunrise or like a beautiful kind of sunset, or just like a beautiful bit of like nature, you do kind of go, this is like, you don't want this to be explained by science. It's so beautiful. You want it to kind of be a miracle and be kind of like spiritual and majestic and such. But again, when you do boil everything down, you can explain pretty much everything that's ever happened in the world, or they could in the future. Like things that we find unexplainable now probably will be explained in like thousands of years times, for example. But yeah, like I said, I really like that. Awesome ending here as well. I don't know if they changed the voice actor. She's obviously aged. It's been 25 years, so of course she's aged quite a bit. But I didn't like immediately recognize her voice, to be honest with you. She said Sashi Buri here. I wonder how long these two have known each other. Did they change? I feel like they might. If she hasn't changed voice actor, then fair play. But that sounds like a totally different person. She sounds very confident. Yolanta, she didn't ever really sound very confident before, did she? And I think I'd experienced, like what I mentioned earlier, with the way she kind of left the story, probably would like up her conviction and such, wouldn't it? Looking good. Looking good. If I remember, I think she got like a tooth taken out or something, right? Maybe that's why she might sound a bit different. When you lose teeth, your jaw and your whole kind of mouth actually kind of slightly form differently and such. So, yeah, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Another fantastic episode. Again, pretty much all dialogue, but it was super interesting, wasn't it? Again, just hearing these guys' values and such. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 19. I'm not sure how many episodes we've got left either, by the way. I'll have to have a look.